Hello, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, March 12, 2025, and I'm here in San Clemente Canyon, Marian Bear Memorial Natural Park, here in San Diego, between University City to the north, to the south. And I'm parked at the western side of Regents Road, so I'm at the westernmost staging area here, trying to make an adventure for today. I had plenty of ideas swirling about what I wanted to do this week. I had 3 days off instead of 2, so being that yesterday was the rainy day, I stayed home yesterday. I did go out after work on Monday. I headed out after work, and that video's not up as of recording, but it should be up before I post this video. I went to do a short hike at Cuyamaca Rancho State Park after work. I drove all the way out to Cuyamaca after work, that the sun stays up later, that we're in daylight savings time, and it was a perfect opportunity to get in some after work hiking. And today I was running the gamut between hiking peaks in the Cleveland National Forest, doing local peaks closer to my house, and this was kind of a last minute decision to come here instead. Kind of got a very late start today. It's already probably close to noon by now. So I guess what I'm planning on doing today, and it's 11:30, almost 11:30. What I'm gonna see is maybe heading towards Rose Canyon. Trying to hit the trail towards Rose Canyon. So let's see how that works out today. Should be an interesting day. Maybe not exactly what I planned. I didn't really have a full-fledged plan, but we'll see. We'll start heading down this way. I'm going to take the wide trail today and see the adventure that I can get into. Alright, I'll start working my way down this and I'll keep you posted. I might go back around the other way. I don't feel like crossing this. This is probably going to be shin deep. Maybe I'll go on the other trail and see about that. Pretty sure I'm going to have to cross this at some point. Hopefully there'll be a better way to cross further down the way. But it's good to see water here in the canyon. It's very good to see it. I'll tell you what, it's very fragrant out here. It's very nice aromas in the air. Ooh yeah, I'm not going this way either. That's all poison oak right there. I was going to try to cut over there, but not that way. I'll just go back to the trail fork. The trail fork is just over there. I am not trying to get caught in that. Yeah, I could have gone out yesterday, but it rained on and off. And actually on the way here, along California 52, which is just north of us here, you can hear the traffic on the camera. I did get caught in a small rain squall on the way here, so there's a chance it might rain on me a little bit. Today's supposed to be the driest day between yesterday's rain and tomorrow's rain. I'm going out today. It's tomorrow. It's supposed to rain, and then not only that, but low elevation snow, so I don't have snow tires or chains. So if I wanted to go out and recreate, I'd have to probably going to the mountains unless I parked at the very bottom and hiked up into the snow. A. Or B. Not go to the mountains. So let's see. But it's great to see that we have been starting to finally get significant rainfalls in the last couple weeks. So it's very good to see us getting this much needed rainfall. Seems like March is a much wetter month. Hey, it's so beautiful here too. It's just so lush. These oak trees, all damp from the rain. A nice tall toyon right here too. A lot of these coast live oaks look like they're struggling pretty badly. Very sparsely foliated. But I did see a lot of swelling leaf buds on them, so yeah, that could be a good sign. Yeah. Yeah. At least we're finally getting rain here. Let's put it that way. All right. Well, keep you posted. I'm gonna keep on hiking. As watch what you touch. There's a big low bridge of poison oak on this fork of the trail. Just watch what you touch. Watch where you go. Watch your head. So I'm assuming this is eventually going to cross the stream. I'm just trying not to get soaking wet today. Very pretty though, I tell you. Very pretty scenery out here, of course. Looks like it's trying to clear up. One thing is though, it's very balmy out. This must be the warm sector of the storm. I'd be surprised if the mountain areas got snow out of this. It's very mild right now. Yeah, very pretty though. The old sycamores, some of these older oaks that still persist here after many decades. All right. Here's a bridge here. I think this one just crosses the little gully right here. This little gulch. Yeah, see all this big tangle? Most of this is poison oak. Going up in the trunks of these trees. Like I said, this little side ravine here, it's got a little water flowing in it, which is cool. Little side gulch right here. The first one I crossed didn't really have as much. So let's see. Let's keep on trekking. There we are. Another one of those little finger canyons. San Clemente Canyon's got a lot of small finger canyons. Oh! I never noticed this before. I think that's a Monterey cypress right there. There are actually a few of them in San Clemente Canyon. There are a couple of them over between Genesee and Regents on the 52 side. But yeah, looks like another Monterey cypress over there. What I really meant to show you before I saw that, it's this massive old California sycamore right here. Beautiful, beautiful old sycamore tree. Multi-stemmed. You know, it's been through some stuff. When those trees get multi-stem, you know they've been through a long time living in this canyon. Massive, massive old sycamore tree. That's all got to be one tree, I'm pretty much certain. If you're taking your hikes right now around this time, just watch out, the trail's pretty muddy in spots. You can hear the 52 very clearly. Let's see. At least there's a breeze blowing now. It was so balmy earlier. It's not really hot or anything. It's just pretty balmy. I think this storm that we're just feeling the tail end effects from, just feeling the end of it, seems to be on the warm sector of things. All right, let me see what I missed. Did I miss something over here? Okay, I'll just keep going straight for now. After so much dryness earlier this winter, we're finally getting some foliage on the black sage. So nice to see it greening up finally. After an extremely dry January and drier than normal February, even though we did get a couple of rainstorms in February. March seems to be off to a pretty good start. Well, I'm almost certain we're not going to catch up. Ooh boy, slick mud spot right here. Almost certain we're not going to catch up. It's going to take a lot. And I think after this pattern I saw, the extended forecast looks like it's going to be drier and warmer around the spring equinox. So I don't know how much longer we're going to have this rain coming. Ooh. Yeah, it's very slick over here. Soil's very muddy. Just take your time going up or down. But we'll see. Very slick here. Gotta watch your step. Around this time last year, we'd been slaughtered by tons of storms and it was extremely muddy. Started to remind me of that, but obviously all this rain's been concentrated recently. That's why it's muddy as it is now. That's looking up over towards one of the spots I hit back in late January, where Hill 420 is, and the extension of Soledad Mountain open space is up there. That was a hike I did back in January. And then there's the main part of Soledad Mountain open space with the Soledad Easter Cross up there. Some kind of interesting shrub down there. Can't tell what that is from here. Might be a rush rose, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah, some rush roses, non-native. Okay, so let's see. We're approaching Interstate 5, and that's why the traffic noise is much louder here. Okay, let's see if we'll be able to get across. I'm not crossing ankle-deep water today. There's some fuchsia-flowered gooseberry here, some Ribes speciosum. Starting to develop flower buds on them, haven't bloomed yet. Alright, let's go down here and see what waits me. There's a little Lepo pine. I remember this tree from last time I was over in this area. It was a couple years ago. I couldn't tell what kind it was before, but now I can tell because it has a cone in it. Yeah, this is a small Aleppo pine. Now, last time I was here, I didn't see cones on it. This thing's gotten much bigger since the last time I've seen it. Now, this is where you're going to thread the needle through the gauntlet. Poison oak, Toxicodendron diversilobum. Poison oak, again. And it reaches up pretty far over the trail in a couple spots, so watch your step. Now it's going to be time to see whether I'm going to have a big creek crossing or what's going to happen. Okay, it's going to get very muddy down here. So I'm going to have to really watch my step. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this doesn't look too promising over here. Crossing. Let me see. Like I said, I don't feel like getting wet and muddy today. And as predicted, the soil's pretty squishy here. Let's make sure I don't boff any poison oak over here. Let's see if I can get over here to the edge of this. Yeah, I don't think this is going to happen. Yeah, I got to get over that. It's very sandy here, so watch your step too. I'm trying to see. There's a plank there. It looks like it's been washed away by storms from some point down the past in the past. Let me see. Yeah, water's pretty deep over here. I might see if I can find an alternative crossing. Yeah, we'll see. Look around a little bit. So, I haven't been able to find a good crossing area over here. Definitely not through here, because this is all poison oak. All poison oak over here. So that's a big no-no for me. Yeah. I'm really not trying to get my shoes all wet today. Or my legs. I guess I'll go around this way. Let's see, what's this over here? We've got a trail system branching down here. I don't know where that's going to lead yet. I think this one's going to lead. Should be another trail system going that way, I believe. Let me see. I know there's a trail going this way. This one here is going to go down here a little bit. Probably going to lead to some more water crossings. Let's see. Yeah. It's nice to see the water, though, I'll tell you that right now. Very nice to see it. You could tell there was some flood scouring down here. This water level was probably flooding the bottom of these trees at some point relatively recently. Yeah, let's go over here. Some of this water looks pretty and a pretty good flow over here. Wow. I love seeing water. Imagine after the much more significant rain we're supposed to get in the next couple of days, this is going to even be more enhanced. I wouldn't be surprised if some of this area floods again. So like hiking here in the middle of the rain is definitely not a good idea. Yeah, it's so beautiful though. Can't even hear the traffic of the freeways because we are just about at the junction of 52 and Interstate 5, and I can't even hear cars or anything. This is a good natural sound to have when you're here. Wow. Kind of neat, to be honest. So you can tell how high the water was recently. This all looks relatively recent. So it was at least up to here, about 5 feet high above the ground here in spots. So that means it might have been about 10 feet tall. There must have been a big raging river here for a short bit. You can see this area got scoured out pretty nicely. Even upland from it, you can still see the bits of it here too. So yeah, even small unassuming canyons like San Clemente Canyon. Canyons can be pretty dangerous places when there's a lot of rainfall. So that's where I came. I'm just gonna go up this way and see if there's another route I could take today. Alright. I'm gonna take this trail here, I guess. Let's go up this way for a while. Alright. Yeah. There's a trail that goes under there, around that ridge, or that mesa, and that leads to Rose Canyon. That's what I was going to try to take, but I think I'm going to chill off of that, hike up this way for a little while. Really don't feel like trying to cross that, to be honest with you. Didn't bring water boots today. I have an old pair in my car, but I've had those for 7 years, I think, 6 or 7 years. So I don't even know how good they are. Take a tour of this trail here. I've been down this a little ways before, years ago, but it's been a long time. I've also been down a trail deeper in the canyon that goes along the way towards near the train tracks, and also near, I think it was Carl Strauss Brewing Company or something like that. There's a name of a brewing company down in the gorge. I think that's the name of it. Now here's a non-native plant right here you'll frequently see lining these canyons and disturbed areas. And this is called onion weed, and it's not a true onion. This is Asphodelus fistulosus. Forget where it comes from, but it's not native. Yes, I noticed that a lot of the oaks that had lost a lot of their leaves are starting to bud out, the coast live oaks. So they might have been just trying to deal with the drought by shedding some of their foliage. That's when it gets extremely dry. our drought category went from October having none to the end of January being an extreme drought. I think we were almost an exceptional drought at one point, but pretty sure this is scaling back a little bit on it, but it's not going to eradicate it, unfortunately. But it is definitely very well appreciated and very helpful, considering at least the back end of this season got a little wetter, in order that we can at least have a nice green up for the spring. And the grasses are finally sprouting. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been up on this trail. I don't know if I've even gone this far on it, but it's definitely kind of neat to see. That's the real dry, grassy site right here that's been disturbed by non-native plants for a long time. Yeah, look at that gulch. It's a pretty cool trail. Yeah, some beautiful sycamore trees down there. Yeah, the California sagebrush is leafing out finally. I mentioned before, the black sage, finally. So maybe, probably belated, but we might get some wildflowers this year. Maybe some. It's not going to be a big, explosive year, especially like 2023. Even last year, even though it was the second year in a row of significantly wetter than average rain. Whoa, morning dove. Startled me. Even though last year, wetter than average rains, I guess the year before put out so much energy. I guess the plants didn't do it this year. Okay, so let's see. This trail looks like it's going to go down in the canyon again. Let's see. Let's see. Hoping it doesn't necessitate me crossing, because I want to keep this going for a while. At least get some mileage in today. Yeah. Not surprising that I'm a real big fan of these canyons. Oh, the sun just came out. Looks like the overcast is breaking up. Most of these stratus clouds are dissipating. Here we go, back towards the canyon. Here we go again. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, the poison oak's leafing out down here. Yeah. Yeah, I like these bluffs. And there's a hawk just chilling on the thermals. Can't tell what species it is, but I think it's a hawk. I'm assuming probably a red tail, but let me see if it'll come close enough for me to tell. I don't know if I'll get a good view of it. Could be a red shoulder. Oh, there are more of them too. Crazy. Trying to see if any of them will get close enough for me to tell. The contrast between the sky and the bottom of the bird kind of makes things opaque. It's hard to tell. All right, well, see what else I find. Yeah, people who live up there, man, they get to see that outside of their windows every day. If you're looking out your window, if you live above a canyon, you're looking out a window and you see red-tailed hawks or other types of birds soaring on the thermals. I don't know about you, but I'd be considering that a W in my life. That'd be considered a W in my book. And I can tell right along this ridge here, this ridge leading up to the mesa, there's a bunch of large coast, I think it's like large coast choyas. I think that's what those are. Leading up that ridge there. Those look like coast choyas. Very large ones too. That's a good couple hundred feet going up in elevation. So if they look that big from down here, those must be some massive coast choyas. That's pretty sick. Very cool. So it looks like we're at the boundary of the park. Wow, look at these huge tree tobaccos. Dang. Some of these are massive. Okay, here's the park boundary. So I'm not sure if this has any park name. Look how huge these tree tobaccos are. Dang. These things are massive. Oh, and there's a western scrub jay right in the branches of the tree tobacco. Hello, buddy. That's a beautiful western scrub jay right there. Aphelocoma californica obscura. Preening his or her feathers. Wow, what a handsome bird. That's so cool. Usually I can't get good footage of these birds because they're very flighty, which is expected because it's a bird. What a handsome bird. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful bird. Gorgeous. What a gorgeous bird. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just look how huge this is. Look at the base of this tree tobacco. These things are massive. And that's some massive tree tobaccos. These are from South America. They're not native here. And here's some random rusty table or something. Yeah, just look at how steep the walls of the canyon are. Yeah, that is Coast Cholla, most certainly. Yeah, following this real steep ridge line. Yeah, that's all Coast Cholla. Very tall, old growth specimens. All right, well, even though this isn't the way I expected to go, it seems to be the way I was meant to go. So I'll take it and roll with it. See you on the next clip. All right, now I know I was meant to go this way instead. Just found another botanical curiosity along this trail. This is a California boxthorn, Lycium californicum. This is the second species of Lycium I have seen in San Clemente Canyon. The other one is Lycium andersonii, which is along the trail between Gershwin Neighborhood Park and the main San Clemente Canyon Trail off of the other side of Regents Road. I'm parked on the west side. That was on the east side. Yeah, so we have two species of Lycium here. I had noticed some of these interesting looking shrubs just a few feet down the path. I was thinking, I wonder if we've got some Anderson boxthorn, which has flatter leaves. But no, we got California boxthorn with fleshier pebble-shaped leaves. So yes, we have two species of Lycium in this canyon, which is pretty insane. That's great. And I'm loving the canyon topography here. And yeah, that was another western scrub jay just flying past me. Just loving. Look at all of that. Look at all that marine sedimentary soil cropping out above, from below the mesa top. That is absolutely gorgeous. That is insanely beautiful. Absolutely stupendously gorgeous. I think this is the furthest I've gone on this upper trail. The lower trail, I've been down to about there somewhere, right before I think that's the brewing company down there. But I've never been this far on the upper trail above it. Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous over here. Yeah, we got California sagebrush. It's in bloom right now too. I always thought these things bloomed in November and December, but right now we're in March and they're blooming. Okay, here comes another vantage point. And there's some interesting pine tree in there. Yeah. Curiosity's taking over. They're trying to see what kind of pine tree that is. It's not a Canary Island pine. It almost looks like one of our native mountain pines. I can't tell from here yet. There's some random young mature pine tree over here. I think it's a Monterey pine, but I can't tell from here. Wow. Look at that. This is unbelievably beautiful here. What is that? Yeah, it looks like a Monterey pine. I was thinking it looked like one of our mountain pines. Every now and then you'll see one planted here. Yeah, that's a Monterey pine right there. That's a beautiful Monterey pine. It's a California native, not a San Diego County native. Pinus radiata, variety radiata. That's a pretty tall one too. Look at pretty decent size. In nature, they get pretty much taller, but beautiful Monterey pine. Wow, this is glorious over here. The sunlight twinkling off of the dampened landscape is really cool to see. Okay, looks like this is going to head down in, oh boy, into the canyon. Oh boy. Oh gosh, it's muddy as heck over here. Let's see if I can get out of that mud slick. Oh. Alright, this could be the end of the line for me. I think it's going to go down by the water. Let me see. So what this is down here is Rose Creek. This is Rose Creek. Wow. Let me see. Let me just go down this way and see. Just got to watch my step because it looks muddy as heck. Yeah. Oh boy. Very slick over here. Whoo! Yeah, this is Rose Creek here. See, what I was hiking before was the San Clemente Canyon Creek. That was earlier. Once you get over here, it becomes Rose Creek, and this drains into Mission Bay. Let me see. Let me see what happens when I go through here. It's interesting. Yeah, nice palms. Let me see. Let me make sure I don't see what's going on here. Wow, yeah. Pretty cool little experience here. So this is a little switchback. I thought, for some reason, I thought it was going to continue along the foot of the ridge. I was kind of hoping it was, but nice little detour down here too. Yeah, here's one of those coast live oak trees that lost a lot of its foliage. I'm trying to see. I think I see a lot of swelling leaf buds on them, so that's a good sign if that's the case. Let's see if I can get a closer look at it and see if that's indeed what I'm seeing. I think so. All right. So now we're down here. Ooh, there's something that's fragrant. Oh, some non-native cactus got established down here. Cool. Now we got another non-native plant that's heavily infesting this area called, it's a type of asparagus. Asparagus, I believe it's Asparagus asparagoides. It's a non-native plant that's taken over this part of the canyon. Wow, you can tell this area got scoured out pretty nicely too. I think it's the brewing company right there. Looks like some non-native English ivy is growing up that, I think that's what that is. Hedera halix. English ivy, I think is what's growing up there. And we got, of course, we got Mexican fan palms here too. Non-native Mexican fan palms, Washingtonia robusta. Yeah, there's the bluff above. That's well over 200 feet. Yeah, it looks like a red. Yeah, I think what I saw was a red-tailed hawk. That's a red-tailed hawk right there. It's just hovering in the thermal, the breeze blowing up the canyon. Yeah, that's a red-tailed hawk. That is a red-tailed hawk. I'm pretty sure that's what I had seen before. Probably the same, one of the same birds. But yeah, look at it. It's wild and beautiful it is down here. This is gorgeous down here. Guess I'll follow this for a little while more and see what happens. Oh, this is cool. I'm down here in the gully. Wow. Pretty tall sycamore trees too. All right. So I think we're just about by Rose Creek. This might be a turnaround here for me. I think this is going to be my turnaround over here. I don't feel, like I said, I don't feel like getting wet and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start heading back up this a little bit. Gosh, look at those bluffs up there. That is so beautiful. That is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to head back up this to the trail. Oh, man. It's so luscious down here. Gosh, man. All right, duck under this willow branch. This is wild. Yep, you live in San Diego. Chances are very high you're not going to have to go very far to find some wild and crazy adventure. Wow. Beautiful. Okay, now I gotta go just climb up this little flood scouring debris here. There we go. That was pretty easy. All right. Yeah, it's pretty muddy over in this area. So I just gotta watch out. Beautiful here. This is worth some pictures. this is proof that sometimes you got to look at the small details to really appreciate these places. Now the macro details are really awesome, but I'm looking at this one piece of rock that must have come down from the cliff, the sedimentary cliff. Now this is proof positive that we are in marine sedimentary soil in this area, and this is the first time I've seen this in a very long time. There are fossils and shells embedded in this piece of rock. We have some snail shells from eons ago embedded in this rock. This is a pretty cool sight. I don't see it very often, but I've only seen it maybe a couple times in my entire life. One of them was a really tiny canyon near my house on Clairemont Drive when I was a preteen, and I found snail shells in a piece of rock in a canyon behind a church. But yes, right there, snail shells and ancient other seashells in this rock. That is a cool find. I am so glad that sometimes I notice things on the way out that I didn't notice on the way in. It just makes the experience out here so fantastic. To really find cool stuff, you don't always have to go all the way to the mountains. And you know me, I love going to the mountains. It's just there a couple days ago. But you don't have to go to the mountains to find adventure. Here's some more rock here with little seashells embedded in it. So yes, those came from rocks that were underwater eons ago. This I think is granite here. This one I think is a piece of granite, which we do have some occasional bits of that around here. But if you're hiking in these coastal canyons here in San Diego, oh boy, slippery. Especially these light brown colored rocks, pay attention. You might see some stuff, some ancient fossils in them. You might see some stuff, so pay attention. I didn't pay attention on the way up, but I sure paid attention on the way. Just happened to see it out of the corner of my eye. Okay, this one spot here is real tricky and slippery. Let's see if I can get around it. There we go. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. Pay attention, because you never know what you're going to find. Yeah. So that's stuff that's been cropping out. Here we go again. There's evidence of shells and fossils in these pieces of rock here. That little cream-colored circle in the middle there, that's an old shell. That's another good reason to be aware of your surroundings, because you never know what kind of really awesome stuff you're going to find. In this area, which seems to crop out quite a bit, I guarantee you, along this carving in the hillside, probably going to be tons of fossils, evidence of ancient sea life from a long time ago, eons and eons ago. So it's always good to keep an eye out for cool stuff like that. Wow, yeah. So right on these bluffs, right where this bird is soaring, that is so cool. So what do we have here now? Besides a beautiful bird. So yeah, this is what I assume would be a pretty cool little jaunt in the canyons. Ended up being quite a neat and pleasant experience. See, these type of rocks here, this is where you're mostly going to find the ancient seashells and fossilized animal life. So keep your eye out on some of that tan colored sandstone looking stuff. That's where you're going to probably find fossils. Now, unless you're part of a scientific research group, leave things where you find them. I advocate for that. Leave it where you find it so that other people can enjoy that. Yeah, I was trying to see if I can get to that switchback trail. I'm going to try to switch back up there, but I don't think I can get to that. Dang it. I was going to try to see if I can switch back up. I think that leads up towards Jamestown Road or something, Jamestown Avenue or something. I think that's where that leads. It leads up to one of the roads on the mesa top. I was going to try to hike up that and see if I can get a little elevation gain out of it, but I don't think I can. I might have to approach from a different direction, maybe. That would have been an interesting adventure, too. But yeah, keep your eyes out. You might just find some pretty gnarly stuff. Part of our history. I can guarantee you, you look up on those bluffs, right below those ornamental Italian stone pines, I guarantee you there are probably tons and tons of fossilized sea life. Who knows, there could be bones and fossilized remnants of much larger animals too. Could be. But like I said, leave things where you find them, unless you have a scientific collection permit, so that other people can pass by it and see the same stuff. Because it's interesting to see so much history this close to modernization. Just goes to show you, you can find some really cool stuff really close to you. Dang, I really would like to take that trail. I think that leads up to a cul-de-sac up on top of the mesa. Would love to get up there, but I didn't see a trail. I didn't see a trail going over that way. I mean, this trail kind of cornered off, switchbacks down into the canyon bottom there. But the switchback, yeah, it's a switchback and it doesn't continue. Because sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll get a trail that switchbacks, but then another trail will branch off from the switchback, taking you up where you wanted to go. Fortunately, that's not the case, because that trail might, that use trail might actually contain some pretty cool stuff. I guarantee if I hike that, I would almost certainly find some really cool, crazy stuff. All right, well, I'm gonna enjoy just my gentle trek back. This one will have some ups and downs. Saw my first lizard of the day out of the corner of my eye. But yeah. Yeah. Nice peaceful day out here. All right. Now that the sun's out and things cleared up, it's absolutely gorgeous out here. There are these big tree tobaccos again from earlier. Trail to Rose Canyon, 0.45. Trail to Regents Road, 1 mile. So we're back in Marian Canyon. Marian Memorial Natural Park. Oh, a little Coast Live seedling. Yeah. Pretty cool to see some stuff like that. It kind of makes for this leveling up even more than it did before when I was hanging out with that scrub jay. Found some pretty interesting plants. But I love rounding out the experience with historical stuff too, and archaeological stuff, and that definitely doesn't hurt the experience, I'll tell you that. All it does is just enhance the time you have out here. All right, time to keep on trekking and see if I find anything else on the way back. All right, let's just admire this view. Rose Creek. Really good view up on this part of the trail. So one really cool thing about taking this trail is the higher portion of it, like right here, you get some really good views of Rose Creek. Really good views of it. That's a good view up here. And you can see the interchange of California 52 and Interstate 5. And you can see where the train tracks are, of all the MTS Metropolitan Transportation System trains, which is San Diego County's main transportation line, except for the North County Transit further up north in San Diego County, that is. But yeah, it has some good views along this trail. Just look at all that lush riparian vegetation down there. All those sycamores and oaks, and even non-native pepper trees and non-native fan palms too. Great views up here. So yeah, this is another trail I highly recommend here in San Clemente Canyon. If you want to get some good views of the ravine below, but also get good views of these bluffs above you, and these gullies and ravines radiating down from the mesa tops. So yeah, you get a good view looking down and a good view looking up along this trail. You get to see some of our mesa topography. Be right in the middle of it to enjoy it, appreciate it. Oh, there's another Aleppo pine sapling right down there too. You can also see what looks like that right there, Acacia longifolia, which is a type of Australian wattle. Looks like Acacia longifolia blooming down there. It's that yellow hazes, the flowers, spikes of flowers on the Acacia longifolia. Here's an older oak here. I'm hoping it's just shedding its old leaves and budding out with new leaf buds, hopefully, right now. A lot of the ones I saw that looked like they were dying off actually were forming large leaf buds on them, so my confidence level is not as low as it was earlier. It would have been nice to be able to get a dry crossing, but I'd rather there be water here in the canyons for the wildlife to enjoy. So with a miniature L, with a miniature L, personal L, I call it a big W for Mother Nature. So I'd rather there be water for the wildlife. I'll take that over a dry crossing anytime, because I want to see the ecosystem happy and healthy. Simple as that. Okay, so I did go down there for a while. I'm going to head this way. Yeah. Okay. A nice toy on right there. All right. All right, I'll catch you on the next clip. All right, so I'm back on the main trail. Might poke around back at the canyon base where I'm parked. Might poke around for a little bit after that. Back on the trail I took on the way out. Let's see. So this is warming up. The sun's warming everything up. Wonder if you get to see any herps, some reptiles or amphibians out. That would be really cool. We'll see. Well, let's see what else I find on this nice, mellow journey here in San Clemente Canyon. That's the way I came. I'll just take this for a short distance. I'll probably end up turning back, because I know there's going to be a creek crossing down here. This would be an alternate way back, if you're willing to trudge through the water in the wet season, which I'm not really thinking of doing that today, but we'll come out here to the edge of San Clemente Canyon Creek. Just get a nice little up-close look at the beauty of this spot. Very peaceful here. Look at all those Canary Island date palm thickets. That might actually be one plant, because when they grow, they're left to grow by themselves, they can sucker at the base and send out shoots from the bottom. That beautiful Canary Island date palm thicket down there underneath these majestic sycamores. Pretty cool. Very nice. Yeah, look at these mesas too. They're just so rugged looking. Alright, so last time I was here, I went back along that route, which goes through a canyon bottom. When I did it was back when it was dry out. It's a benchmark. City Engineering Department, San Diego, San Clemente, number 1. Only that's a reference marker, but yeah, I never knew there was a survey marker here. See? Sometimes you find more interesting things on the way out. That's actually pretty cool. That might have been reference marker number 1. All right, there's that cypress again, that bushy shaped plant in the middle there. There's that cypress again. See how steep the walls are. Pretty cool. Looks like I'm going to run out of battery power soon. So I'll see you in the next clip after I throw in some batteries. There's a handsome little coast live oak right here. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful tree. Yeah, this one's also pretty sparsely foliated as well. But I see swelling leaf buds, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I see leaf buds swelling on it, so I think after the rains, it figured, okay, I'm gonna go replenish some of my foliage. Yeah, because you can see there's pretty sparsely foliated here. But I did notice a lot of them had swelling leaf buds, so under really tough circumstances, sometimes they will shed some foliage. I have seen that on coast live oaks before, where they'll almost go partially deciduous during the most stringent of times. Fortunately, this one here didn't make it, which is sad. We have lost a lot of our oldest oaks, not all of them, but a lot of them here in San Clemente Canyon over the last few decades. So I remember when I was a kid romping around San Clemente Canyon. I've been here many, many times as a kid. I just remember the large, sprawling old oaks. They were already old by then. This is about 30 years ago. 30 to 40 years, 30 to 35 years ago when I was much younger. And a lot of the older oaks were still in good shape, but it took a lot of droughts and a lot of stuff like sudden oak death and bark beetles to really cause a lot of the old ones to finally give out. Some of them might be old age too. But here we got lemonade berry too. Here, Rus integrifolia. I haven't been pointing this out much today, but it's more common on the bluffs above, the sunnier bluffs above, but they do like to sometimes get down here in the woods too. They do pop up here in the woodlands, actually fairly frequently. Not as much frequency as there in the sage scrub and chaparral parts of the canyon. But yeah, even down here, we do get some pretty cool lemonade berries. So we gotta see, this thicket here is more out in the open. It's one in the center of the frame. And most of that growing up there is lemonade berry, or lemonade sumac is another name. It's actually the first name I learned was lemonade sumac, because it is a true sumac. It's in the genus Rus. Like those tall bushes back east, those tall shrubby thickets back east that have pinnately compound leaves and turn fiery red in autumn. These are simple-leaved evergreen shrubs. And yes, yeah, most of that up there, most of those are lemonade berry thickets. So yes, that lemonade berry, the lemonade berry I've been pointing out, is a close relative of the staghorn and smooth sumacs that you find back east, which is Rus tafina and Rus glabra. The staghorn and smooth sumacs, those are the ones with the large pinnate-shaped leaves that turn fiery red in October. You used to see those in New Jersey. You see them back east a lot, and in the Midwest. These ones have smaller oval-shaped leaves, and they're evergreen leafed. They keep their leaves year-round. But they are indeed in the genus Rus. We do have a deciduous sumac here in Southern California, and I pointed out a lot of times. It's called skunk brush, Rus aromatica, and it's a three-leafed sumac, or three-leaflet sumac, that looks remarkably like poison oak, but the leaflets are usually much smaller, and they have red droops on them, little red droops, like the other sumacs do, as opposed to the whitish, creamish white droops of the poison oak. And like the big leaf sumacs back east, our skunk brush can turn fiery and crimson red and all these other colors too in fall. So we do have a little bit of that here. But just look at that. Look at that serenity. Yeah, nice little coast live oak wood. And most of these trees are kind of sparsely foliated too. But I could tell they're budding out. So they did go semi-deciduous, but they are leafing out. So these trees are coming back, much to my happiness. Look at that. Serene old oak wood. Classic California landscape right here. Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia woodland. Just 2 days ago, I was looking at its inland Mount Montaigne cousin, the southern coast live oak, which is variety Oxydania. Just 2 days ago, when I was hiking Cuyamaca. Look at that. So, in a couple of days, I got to experience both variants of this tree. Look at that. Beautiful trees. I will forever hold coast live oak in an extremely close spot in my heart and soul. For I have grown up with this tree, went 8 years without it living in New Jersey. Of course, there are many other species of oaks in New Jersey. Oh boy, I can't even get started on that. Amazing species of oaks back east. In fact, where I lived, it was predominantly Quercus velutina and Quercus rubra, which is black oak and northern red oak, respectively. You used to see that a lot, especially in my neighborhood in New Jersey. There's a lot of black oak and a lot of northern red oak, and a lot of American ash. That's one thing I miss about living back east, is American ash. That's one of the ash trees that can change anywhere from brilliant yellow to purple in autumn. Oh, we got a basking fence lizard. Hello, buddy. Right there. Right in the center. Just a relaxed western fence lizard basking on this old sycamore trunk. Pretty cool. Sycamore, of course, the sycamore's still alive because it's sent up new shoots and everything. So yeah. One thing I do miss about back east, American ash. I also used to see green ash too, Fraxinus pennsylvanica. Used to see that one. I do miss seeing Fraxinus pennsylvanica. I don't have to miss it too much because it's very close relative, the velvet ash or Arizona ash, Fraxinus velutina. I do see native out here in San Diego County in Southern California. Come across that on a fair amount of occasions. And that's a very close relative of the Fraxinus pennsylvanica, which back in the day, Fraxinus velutina used to be a subspecies, listed as a subspecies of Fraxinus pennsylvanica. It used to be Fraxinus pennsylvanica subspecies velutina, the Arizona ash. That's how closely they are related. All right. Gotta remember, there is one spot where there's a very low bridge of poison oak. Gotta remember where that is. Ooh, little bird. It's so serene and peaceful out here. It's probably why I talk a lot on my videos. When I'm at peace, I'm really feeling enthusiastic, I talk a lot. Look at this. Look at that vine right there. That's a poison oak vine growing out from the ground up into the trees. It is such an interesting plant because it has such a widely varied growth habit. Here's a poison oak vine right here. This is the bark of it right here. Not this. This is a coast live oak. This is a poison oak vine right here. So when you're in the woodsy areas like this, they grow as vines. But when they're out in the open, they tend to grow more like thicket-forming shrubs, or sometimes in between. There we go, San Clemente Creek, a tributary of Rose Creek. It's, as you can tell, as the water's flowing down this way towards Rose Creek. So this is an important drainage. This is an important drainage canyon, San Clemente Canyon, to the Rose Creek drainage system. So I'm glad to see water here, even though I'm not a big fan of crossing and getting all wet. I didn't bring the appropriate gear for that. I'm still glad to see the water because it shows that we're handling business. And look at these lemonade berries draping over the trail. Toyons and poison oak, of course. This is that low bridge I was talking about right here. This is all poison oak right here. These leafless twigs, these are poison oak branches, so just watch your head. I'm a pretty short guy, so I didn't have any problem, but if you're taller than 6 feet, watch out. Okay, it's muddy here, so just watch your step. Just so you know what, nothing big, no major mountain climbs, just a peaceful day in the woods. Is what this is right here. A little coast live oak woodland here, just looking peaceful and serene. Mixture of coast live oak and it's one of its favorite companions, the toyon. A little blue elderberry in the middle of the trail here. Yeah, there's a lot of lemonade berry here too. I'm already back at the trailhead. So I came back a slightly different direction apparently. I did come back a slightly different direction. Interesting. That's why some of this stuff looked a little unfamiliar compared to what I saw this morning. So I went down this way. Wow. I didn't expect to be back this fast. Doesn't mean I have to end it. Alright, I'm gonna catch up with you momentarily. So I'm back at the staging area. Now, after just taking a couple minutes to get some water, there's actually a water fountain down by the picnic bench over there. There's actually a water fountain there, but I have probably own water. Make it a habit of bringing my own water. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna trudge along this for a little while. I'm not ready to go back home yet. It's about 1:30 right now. Down here for about 2 hours. Doesn't feel like it though. They say time feels like it goes by quickly when you're enjoying yourself. And that certainly is the case. So that's Regents Road over there. This is the west side entrance. The west side Regents Road, west side entrance. The Regents Road goes roughly north and south. Once you go north, it turns into Clairemont Mesa Boulevard towards the Mesa top. It turns into Clairemont Mesa Boulevard south. So this is the west side parking lot where I'm parked. I'm parked down there somewhere. And then the east side is on the other side, of course. So there are two staging areas off of Regents Road. The one off of Genesee has been closed for a very long time. It's like a lot of construction work. So I'll be taking the Regents Road one for a while, I guess. Yeah, those finger canyons usually are really cool adventures, but most of them don't have trails in them. I've had a couple that did. I consider myself lucky. pretty peaceful here. These are younger sycamore trees. A lot of the older sycamore trees have died back, but have resprouted from their bases. So I imagine sycamore trees can be pretty long-lived. So yeah, a lot of times you'll see really old stems that look dead, but then you'll see a bushy thicket sprouting underneath them. What we're going to do is we're going to approach the Regents Road bridge, go underneath it to the other side. Probably take a short walk over there for a little bit. You used to be able to drive from that side down to here back in the day. You used to be able to drive under the bridge, but that's been closed off for years now. For at least 10 or 11 years, I believe. I've done it once before, back in I think 2013, before they closed it off. So there's the Regents Road Bridge. I thought there'd be more water here than there is. Sometimes this area is flowing. It's not really flowing how I expected it to be. But yeah, I used to be able to drive under from the east side staging area down through here to the west side staging area. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and cross under this and see what other things we can find. Alright, so I'm on the other side. A little bit of water to cross, but nothing that bad. I'll just step here to let it rinse off a little bit from the mud. Yep, there's that marine sedimentary soil right there above the creek bed. Got a good shot of it right there. It's just some of the harder versions of that where you find some of those fossils. Sometimes you get lucky and see a fossil or something. Yeah, so you used to be able to drive through this, but it's been closed for years now, for at least a decade. So now, just around this way is going to be the western staging area. Oh, I think we got a hollyleaf cherry down here. Yeah, there's a hollyleaf cherry. I don't see that one too often here in San Clemente Canyon. Yeah, right there, that bright green shrub. Yep. If the leaves are any larger, I would have assumed that was a Catalina cherry. And there's Regents Road, heading south towards the Clairemont Mesa area. We are now entering the east side of the staging area. Here. We are now in the east line of San Clemente Canyon. Significantly busier here. A lot more cars. I guess I'll take a short walk on this side as well. Yeah, so I'm heading east from the parking area. There's my little sycamore buddy. Back here in early July was the last time I was here. And this thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Yep, Platanus racemosa, the noble California sycamore. And this one's really starting to get big too. Wow. What a beautiful young tree this is. Sorry for the sun glare. Yeah, it's starting to get some height to it, I'll tell you that. It just smells so fragrant down here because of the big conglomeration of different aromatic sunflower family plants. I know I point them out every time I'm here, but I'm going to keep pointing them out. Here's the first aromatic plant, Artemisia palmeri, Palmer sagewort. Then we have Artemisia californica, California sagebrush, and the new foliage is really coming in. And then we got another Artemisia, and this is last year's stock. Its roots are sprouting new ones here. This is Artemisia Douglasiana. This one is a winter dormant perennial. But yeah, sagebrush here, so fragrant. And then further up ahead, there's going to be a big old patch of really big white sage. But yeah, here's Douglas mugwort, Artemisia Douglasiana. These are last year's stalks. Yeah, they go dormant in the winter, and then they sprout from the roots in the springtime. Palmer sagewort might do that a little bit. California sagebrush goes dormant during the summertime and leaves out from its branches and twigs, as seen here. All right, I'll see you over by the white sage. Here we are. Looks like somebody's been cutting these back. Yeah, this is white sage right here, Salvia apiana. The ones near the trail been getting cut. But these dead-looking stalks here are previous year's flower stalks, inflorescences. So they can send up some very tall ones in the spring and early summer, while the bushy part around the bottom and center of the plant is where most of the leaves are. Yeah, very peaceful out here. Very peaceful. Pretty muddy as well. Very muddy. Yeah, here's a nice little feeder creek right here, feeding in. Just a part of the interesting geography of our canyons. This right here is from the big feeder creek. It's from the small feeder creek coming down from Cobb Court. So the Cobb Trail goes up this way towards Cobb Court, which is a cul-de-sac on Clairemont Mesa. So this appears to be coming from that feeder canyon. I might go up that again today, just for a short distance, extra hike with a little elevation gain. So this will take us to Cobb, and I've done this trail a few times and just feel like doing it again today, kind of. Brilliant day. Yeah, it really turned out to be nice today. The calm before the next storm. Got a lot of puffy stratocumulus clouds. Some of these might actually, these might be more like cumulus, fair weather cumulus. But they kind of look like they're between stratocumulus and low level cumulus humilis, which is a small cumulus cloud. Sometimes I get those mixed up. Oh, the fragrance out here is so intoxicating. Oh yeah, the feeder creek definitely has got some water. Great, all right. Last time I was here was in July, and there were only puddles of it. But yeah, we'll just call this the Cobb Canyon Creek. The Cobb Trail. This is the Cobb sub-canyon of San Clemente. Here's a hybrid California sycamore / London plane tree I pointed out a few times. think it's even got its own seeds on it. What the heck was that? What the heck was that? What in the heck just sloped off of that? It was big, whatever it was. I don't hear any animals moving through there. Whew, boy. That was kind of creepy. Okay, well, moving on. I don't hear anything running. I thought it was like a big animal or something. So yeah, here's our little feeder creek right here. I can imagine this thing was running pretty strongly earlier. Yeah, got a nice little feeder creek in here. Yeah, it's nice to see water flowing here too. This is probably even more intermittent than the main San Clemente Canyon creek, which partially dries up to just pools during the dry season. Here's more poison oak right here. Yeah, so watch where you're walking. It does reach over the trail. All right. Very nice day out here. Glad I'm taking this trail again. Very nice. All right. I'll see up the way. See any other things I find. As I'm taking this peaceful little pathway. Right now I just keep catching a whiff of the black sage. A lot of black sage on this side of the canyon, and I can catch the aroma of it wafting on the air right now. Just caught a whiff of it off of the warm sunny side of the canyon. Oh yeah. This is not only a visual experience, but very much an olfactory experience. There's that marine sedimentary soil cropping out on a real steep canyon bluff. Wow, that is so cool. That's why I love these finger canyons, because things are squeezed together in an intimate, cozy setting like this, and it just kind of makes the change between one spot and another spot so much more dramatic because of the angle of the slopes and the amount of sun or shade there, or shade from the sun. Slope aspect. Yep. How the sun is pointed at or pointed away from you. Depends, shows you how much lush or arid the vegetation looks. Oh, it sounds so good. Yeah, these little intimate grottos, little canyons, really make this place so special to me. This is such a good vibe. That's one thing I love about hiking in the rainy season. Is hearing that water trickling in the canyon while you're hiking. I love that sound. It is such a satisfying sound. So this looks like it kind of wraps around. I think what it does is it looks like it splits off. See, there's the main gully, main creek going down towards the bottom of San Clemente Canyon. But it seems like is it split? Let me see, what's going on here? This is interesting. Well, it seems like it kind of goes along here. Okay, but it doesn't really split, it just kind of undulates. Yeah, okay. I thought it split off for some reason, but no. This is it. Wow, this is cool. Love the undulation of it. So fragrant out here. Love the fragrance of this place. Smell the sage on the opposite canyon side of the canyon above me. There's fragrance of it's wafting down here, mixing in with the humid, damp leaf litter and foliage. All right. Yeah, that marine sedimentary soil, it's just so gorgeous. Love how it just carves out. It's all carved out from rains, carved out from rainstorms. That's one thing I love about the little Cobb Finger Canyon. I guess you can call this Cobb Canyon. It's a finger canyon of San Clemente. Some of my favorite trails in these canyons are the finger canyon trails, like these, where you're literally hiking up a broad gully, hiking up a gully to the top of the rim of the canyon. And there's a little sub gully right here. So I'm just going to be basically a Cobb Court within a minute or two. That'll be my turnaround for this portion. All right, just about at Cobb Court. This is it. Cobb Court. Here's another finger canyon. It goes this way, but it's not accessible, or legally accessible, I don't think. There's no trail in there. Plus, you'd be bushwhacking in poison oak. Yep. It's all coastal sage scrub on that side there. Yeah. pictures. Alright. Time to start heading back down. Fragrance of these eucalyptus sideroxylon red ironbark trees is another thing making this air so sweetly delectable. Yep, these are eucalyptus sideroxylon red ironbarks. And with the pinkish flowers, the rosea cultivars. Very nice. Really love this section. I can smell a skunk. Must be a skunk around here. Didn't smell it on the way up. But yeah, when I was finishing up my hike at Cuyamaca on Monday afternoon, I saw a handsome little striped skunk near where I was parked. Now I smell one right now, but not sure where it's located. I love seeing wildlife. Just love seeing wildlife. I know those type of skunks, the striped skunks especially, you'll find them a lot around human habitation. But I just love animals too. Just like I love plants. I love animals, wild animals, just love animals too. So I really enjoyed seeing that striped skunk that was poking around in the meadow right near where I was parked. So that was a nice little last minute treat before the end of my day on Monday afternoon. It's just so lovely out here. Just love that wall of marine sedimentary soil. I think around here, we have the Scripps Formation. I think there's Ardath Shale, Linda Vista Formation. There are a few different types of marine sedimentary layers in the area. I think the Scripps Formation is a little bit higher up. It might be the level we are. We might be near where the Scripps Formation is. I definitely got to learn more about geology. I think when I learn more about different aspects of where I go hiking, all it does is just make me enjoy it even more. For instance, because I'm a person who's very curious by nature. I like to know things, I like to learn things, and I like to share what I've learned on my videos. And that is a part of what makes me enjoy being out hiking even more, is the more I learn about things, even further I enjoy it even further, because I can speak on it, and because I'm pretty inquisitive by nature, and that's how I do learn. That's how I've learned what I've learned, is by doing lots of research and spending a lot of time on the internet, trying to use more authoritative sources, of course, so I can learn about the natural world that surrounds me, and then I can bring that information to people who are interested in watching my videos and learning more about the natural world as well. The more I learn about a place, the even further I appreciate it. And I can come to a spot totally psyched and pumped up about being there and yapping for 2 hours about the plants and animals. But when I can find out some other details like the geology and geography, it makes me even enjoy what I do more. It really does. Look at that. Look at that big American agave right there. That's a huge agave thicket right there. And above it, it's a pretty decent sized Torrey pine right there. Yeah, I just like learning about the natural features. So I think what I want to do is, before I come back out to these canyons again, get some more information. Honestly, it'll probably make my videos even longer, but my videos aren't just simple hiking videos. Like, I go from one place to another and back, or loop, or whatever. I like to make my videos interpretive. What I see and what I can explain. That's why the camera comes with me every time I go out. Even if I think there's a slight chance of me going somewhere, I'll pack the camera with me. Like, if I even think there's a slight chance of me going to a hike after work, I'll bring the camera just in case. I don't always do it and go, but I like to have it with me just in case I do go on an after work hike. I'll pack it with me. There's a huge poison oak vine right here. Look at it. That stem right there, leaning up against the oak. That's a massive poison oak stem. That's crazy. That's a big one. That's pretty neat, to be honest with you. But yeah, just on the other side of this lush north-facing slope is that drier coastal sage scrub, just on the other side of the canyon. And since this is one of those finger canyons, like I said, more intimate, closer, knit together details, the contrast is much more striking in these little finger canyons. And that's why I love it so much, because I love contrasts and all that good stuff too. All right, should be back at the main trail relatively soon. I'll see you on the next clip. Alright, so I'm just about back at the main trail. That was a nice, another side trip up the Cobb Trail. Yeah, that hybrid sycamore is looking so handsome. It's leafless because it's still technically winter. We're in mid-March right now, so it's still leafless. Yeah, there's that marine sedimentary soil. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some fossils buried in there somewhere. There's some fossils just buried in there. Yep. Yeah, that was such a good vibe. That was such a good vibe of a little hike. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there's those peaceful vibes. Yeah. So these stratocumulus clouds are thickening up a little bit. Yeah, these have got to be stratocumulus. Yeah. Starting to spread out and cloud up a little bit more. Alright. Nice trail to Regents Road. Nice, this will take me back. I have to get back on the good old 52 again. Yep, here's that same little feeder. This is the one that came from the Cobb, along the Cobb Trail. This is definitely the same section. So fragrant here. Love it, especially after rain. Just the area, just all the essential oils of all these plants get drawn out fiercely after rain, and it's such an awesome fragrance. Our native plants bring out such charismatic aromas. Just a quick little side trip. There's the parking area for the east side, the east lot. Yep. Definitely would not be. Just about coming over here for a minute. Just enjoying this little creekside spot. Yeah, there's the plank. Oh, some mallards. We got 3 males and a female. That's Paterincos. Yeah, we got 3 males and a female. Hello, buddies. They're leaving the female alone. Probably because I'm here, probably. Yeah. Looks like they're just enjoying a dip in the water. There goes the female. There she goes. Just letting the water carry her to the stream bank. This one here is just too busy preening his feathers. I enjoy the animal life, whether it's common or rare, doesn't matter. It's all good to me. Just love seeing animals. There she is grabbing a snack. It's like the other three are there on the stream bank. And this one is just chilling by himself, just kicking it right there. Pretty cool. They're coming back to the water. Or not. All right. Back to the main trail. Like somebody else wanted to come down and enjoy the scenery, so let the guy going down and enjoy it too, without me having the camera all over the place. All right. Ooh, a nice cool breeze is blowing right now. That feels great. All right, so we're gonna go hike across the canyon, across the parking lot to the other spot. It's a nice clip. I'm gonna take a quick detour up here. Let's see where this leads. Just curious. Ooh, Audubon's cottontail. Hello, buddy. Hello there, little buddy. where this goes. Alright. I think this is just dead ends. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's a vegetation restoration area there, so I'll leave that alone. Alright. Let's head back. So we're headed back towards my car on the other side, the other parking lot. Admiring this tall California sycamore right here. Not a super old tree. Definitely got some height to it. That is a nice sized tree. Yeah. Wow. Here's the tree right here. What beauty. Gosh. What a gorgeous tree. Beautiful sycamore tree. Sheesh, man. Incredibly beautiful. See all that bronze color stuff? That's all poison oak. That's all poison oak. That right there underneath the ridge, all poison oak. Yep, I can spot it from long distance. I'm so used to seeing the different growth habits of the plant, so I'm used to seeing what it looks like. Beautiful place. Some interesting shrub up ahead. I have to take a look at that and see what that is. Oh, I think this is a peach tree. Peach or nectarine or something. Starting to get a few flower buds on it. There's a little hummingbird right there. Hello, little buddy. Right there in the center, right on that twig. Yeah, a little handsome. I can't tell what kind it is. I can't really see the color because of the sky. But yeah, it's a little peach tree starting to get flower buds on it. Crazy. I saw this from a little bit further back. I was wondering what it was. Yeah, occasionally you'll find rogue peach trees and rogue apple trees, sometimes just seemingly very random spots. Very interesting. Here, enjoying a few last moments before I cross under. Just enjoying the vibes. Pretty cool. Yeah, some water down here too. Base of this very handsome sycamore tree. Yeah. Yeah, looks like part of the feeder down there. You can hear a red-shouldered hawk calling again. There it goes. Red-shouldered hawk. calling it the top of that palm stub. That's a red-shouldered hawk right there, Buteo lineatus, on the top of that palm stub. I love hearing that. I love hearing those birds. And the reason why is they're wildlife. You know, I love wildlife. I just love wildlife. A. B, when I hear it, I know I'm somewhere where I'm having a good time. Most likely on a hike or just a little nature walk. Just enjoying the heck out of myself. There it goes. I think that's the same bird. I'm just going to go this way for a short distance. Here we go. Here we go again. Acts like a red-tailed hawk this time. The reason why I want to come over here for a bit is to show off this shrub here. I know I showed this last time I was in this area back in 2023, but right here is the Huisache, or sweet acacia. It used to be known as Acacia farnesiana, but now it's Vaccalia farnesiana, and it's dormant right now. So probably should leaf out probably in a few weeks. Yeah, I remember this from last time I was here. Yeah, call it Huisache. I think it's native in the tropics and it's naturalized here in the southwestern United States. I think I'm just going to follow this for a little while. It's been a while since I've been over here. Yep, I remember this beautiful trail. Yeah, last time I was over here was nearly 2 years ago, early April 2023. Let's see. There's more of that exposed formation there. All right, let's see what else I find. Looks like this area got flooded out too. You see a lot of scouring and a lot of plant debris strewn out. This area must have flooded recently. So the way I'm heading is the way I've gone before, to and from the Conrad Avenue Gershwin Neighborhood Park, which I'm not going to go up to that. But this links with another trail. It goes towards Lakehurst Avenue in Clairemont, and it's called Keller Canyon Trail. So I'm heading towards that right now. I think I'm going to do one more out and back. I'm going to get my exercise in today. So I'm going to do another out and back. I'm going to head towards Keller Canyon. So I'm going to enjoy another little out and back before I head home. It's about 2:30 right now. I'd like to see if I can beat some of the rush hour traffic, but I'm just enjoying being out way too much. Well, I didn't go out last week, so at least this week I got a couple outings. Better make it out next week too. It's going to be much drier, I think. Much warmer next Wednesday. I think in the mid-70s, where I live at least. And that would be my last hike of winter, because it'll be on the 19th, be the last day of winter. And my last hike of winter 2025. This has definitely been an up and down winter, averaging every other week as opposed to going out week after week. Not a big fan of doing that, but I've had some pretty lazy times. All right, let's keep on trekking on this. I'll keep it posted. And I'm gonna try to see if I can head all the way to Lakehurst. Never been that way before. Here we go. A little boardwalk here. Yeah, I remember this canyon. Such a beautiful canyon. Such a tiny little spot. But what it lacks in size, it more than exceeds with its beautiful natural charm. So again, I'm heading towards Lakehurst Avenue, which you can get off of Clairemont Mesa Boulevard in Clairemont, California ground squirrel. Yeah, had a couple California ground squirrels dart across the path. Came across another hiker too. I think further up, you're approaching the Lakehurst area. I think is where a lot of people do bike tricks and stuff. That's kind of what stopped me from going all the way to Lakehurst the first time. Let's see. This is a very charming grotto here too. First time I was here, I was definitely enamored. Second time, still enamored. What a charming canyon this is too. Just like last time, the water's flowing because of the recent rains we had. Got a lot of non-native sea fig or ice plant. This is Carpet Road said to us, I believe. A little muddy in spots, so just don't go too fast. Watch your step a little bit. What's a Chinese elm in here? Huh, didn't notice this the first time. Yeah, that's the bark of Chinese elm, almost parvifolia. Yeah, looks like it hasn't broke bud yet, it's still dormant. Again, it's only March. Last time I was here, you could hear so many frogs croaking and everything. There's a sign up ahead. Yeah, it's a nice charming grotto here. Beautiful Mexican fan palms. And all this brush, this whole canyon wall here, it's all poison oak. Okay. Lakehurst Avenue is at 0.5. Okay, just keep on going. Yeah. Down here, look at this. That's how well vegetated it is. These little side canyons. We're going roughly parallel to Regents Road right now. See you on the next clip. Beautiful canyon. All right, time to cross this little feeder creek here. I guess this is Keller Creek. I'm guessing is the name of this. It's another feeder into San Clemente Canyon, just like the Cobb Creek, little Cobb Creek, leading in from Cobb Side Canyon. This is another one of those side canyons. I can tell this is not part of Rose Creek. It just flows into San Clemente Canyon, which flows into Rose Creek. Even though Rose Creek flows roughly north to south towards Mission Bay, the water flows from north to south, downslope. This is flowing south to north. Yeah, this is at least as charming as the first time I was here. Weather's kind of similar, only warmer. When I went here in April 2023, it was similar, patchy stratocumulus clouds. But the temperatures were in the mid 50s. It was really cool. The air was really cool. Today, I'd say it's in the upper 60s, maybe mid 60s, mid to upper 60s. Here we go. Here's that feeder. You can see the water's flowing roughly from south to north. This, I guess, is Keller Creek. I'll call it Keller Creek. This is supposed to be called Keller Canyon, I guess. Again, it's a side shoot of San Clemente Canyon. And if you want to go back up to, Gershwin Neighborhood Park, you branch off, take this use trail up to the canyon rim, and follow it along the contours of the canyon. It'll lead you to Gershwin Neighborhood Park. That's the way I did it the first time. All right. Let's see how far I make it. See if I make it all the way to Lakehurst. I'm gonna try. There are a bunch of people biking and stuff. I'm gonna stay out of the way, but it'd be kind of cool to get all the way to Lakehurst. Smell another skunk. Yeah, there's another skunk somewhere in the vicinity. It must be spraying something. Ooh, yeah, I can smell it now. It's strong. Another major difference. The last time I was here, frogs were croaking all over the place. Not so today, which is unfortunate. Now, I'm going to keep on trekking. I'll see you on the next clip. Yeah, I remember this spot from last time. Some of these palms, these Washingtonia robustas. But I notice how tight and dense the crowns are on these Washingtonia robustas, the Mexican fan palms. However, some of these have more loosely leafed crowns, kind of like the Washingtonia foliifera, the California fan palm. So some of these might be hybrids. That right there might be a foliifera or a foliifera hybrid, foliifera robusta hybrid. Wow, these beautiful fan palms. Always been enamored with them. There's a Canary Island date palm in here too. Wow, what a beautiful canyon. Yeah, I think this is where I turned around last time because there were people biking in here. I didn't see that Keller Canyon Trail sign. Yeah, I missed it. This is the same trail here. Yeah, this is where you see people doing bike tricks and stuff. So let's see. Let's go follow this to Lakehurst if possible. So this is new territory for me. Look at all this marine sedimentary soil. Crazy. Almost getting this little bit of a Badlands vibe from it. Yeah, a lot of ramps here. People use their bikes, I guess, do tricks over here. Like I said, the first time I was here, I didn't go this far because there were some people doing tricks and stuff. I didn't want to get in the way. You know, we're all supposed to share. I just figured I'm good on that. So that's the furthest I've been in the Keller Canyon area. Starting to gain some elevation a little bit. Just a little bit. Got all coastal sage scrub here now. Ooh, slippery. Very muddy down here. Huh. Ran a bench. It's like a use trail. I don't know where that goes. You can hear scrub jays going crazy off in the sage scrub. Oh, this is interesting. Very interesting. Starting to see some non-native oaks. There's a holly oak right in there from the Mediterranean region, Quercus ilex. Some more fan palms. Got a lot of fan palms in this part of the canyon. It's kind of neat, actually. And here we are, coastal sage scrub, just on the other side of this canyon. Pretty cool. This is pretty neat. Another palm oasis. That's what I call these. I call these palm oases. I'll get a picture of these. You can see the marine sedimentary soil down here. This is pretty interesting. A little side canyon here. I think we're almost at Lakehurst. Oh, that's kind of sad. I was thinking it was going to go on a little bit longer. Well, that was a half a mile. It went by pretty quickly. Well, there's a cat up there. There's a tuxedo cat underneath that tree. Get the cat. Well, get the cat. Yeah, I'm very much a cat lover. That's one thing you'll know about me. If you get to know me, I am very much a cat lover. I love cats. Yeah, it's a beautiful tuxedo cat, too. What a beautiful cat. Now, here on this side of the trail is a nice stately thicket of lemonade berry. And there's a huge prickly pear in there too, or at least parts of one. There's a prickly pear in there too. It's probably the Opuntia ficus indica type. Wow, that was a pretty big one. Looks like we're starting to climb out of the canyon. Yeah, talking weird voices around animals. That's just what I do. Whoa! There's a crow. Looks like we're just about at Lakehurst Avenue. Maybe this goes on a little bit further. Yeah, I think it goes on a little bit further. Okay, good. There's the cat again. Get the Kitty cat. Kitty cat. Yeah. Yeah, these palms look like they're mixed lineage. Some of these might be hybrids. Oh, that's definitely an interesting little area. Nice oaks. Ooh, what do we have here? Pine. What kind of pine are we looking at here? Oh, an Italian stone pine, Pinus pinea of the Mediterranean. Handsome. I'm just about at Lakehurst. Speaking of pines, here's a closely related Aleppo pine. Kind of interesting growth habit. Whoa, what just flew across me? I think that was a scrub jay. Nice agave. Not sure what type this is. All right, here's Lakehurst. That's the Clairemont Shopping Center right there. Clairemont Square. Went there a lot as a kid. So this is Lakehurst and Pocahontas. Interesting. Yeah. That's Clairemont Drive over there. So that's Clairemont Drive. I was thinking of Clairemont Mesa Boulevard, but Lakehurst gets out on Clairemont Drive by the square. So this is Pocahontas Avenue here. That's Lakehurst going towards Clairemont Drive and the Clairemont Square. I guess I'll start heading back, maybe? Alright. Time to start heading back, I guess. There's another little pine tree right here. It's probably a stone pine, or maybe another Aleppo. They're both closely related. Two needle pines. Alright. Well, back down into Keller Canyon. My second mini canyon of the day. Yeah, you see these Aleppo pine male pollen cones already opening up. Sign that spring is here. Or at least it's just about to come through. Here's an interesting Opuntia. I'm not sure what type this one is at all. This is very different. But yeah, here's that Italian stone pine. And there's a little creek down there. There's a lot less water because we're almost at the headwaters of it. This was a pretty nice little side shoot. It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth coming here. There's a pretty tall coast live oak in there too, mixing in. Pretty nice. Yeah, the clouds are starting to become an overcast. Almost like they're regular stratus clouds now. Hey, this lemonade berry right here. Nice thicket. Alright, I'll see you along the way for some more updates on my way back. Got a beautiful canyon topography here. So this is definitely a picture. such a satisfying sound. And this is yet another tributary leading into the little Keller Creek section. A little tributary leading up from this finger of a finger canyon. That's so cool. Yeah, so that's a little tributary leading in. Yeah. This has definitely been a nice side trip for me. Glad I made this extra trip. I didn't think I was going to, but I just got too wrapped up in it. And ooh, a tall Lombardy poplar. Is that tall, narrow, leafless tree in the center there? Populus nigra italica. Yep. I wonder where this goes. Oh, I think this just goes up to one of those little bike ramps. Up, ocean loco weed again. Stragulus trichopodes varieloncus. Starting to bloom. Yeah, I'm glad I got to see this extra side canyon today. Very glad. That's beautiful lemonade berry starting to bloom. Yes, indeed. Buds are opening up a little bit later this year. But at least they're opening up. Rus integrifolia. Yeah. Another really interesting canyon bottom down here. I just love this marine sedimentary stuff here. Just look at those layers. Layers represent bands of time. Here we go. Bladder pod. And it looks like we got the regular varied here. So this is Cleomella arborea variety arborea. Starting to bloom. Which is really nice to see. Look at that. Inside of these layers are probably tons of fossils. Just love how this little canyon got carved out over time, re-exposing this soil. Look at that. Look at that, just layers of time, layers and eons. Thousands upon thousands of years of deposition, sedimentation, sedimentary deposition. So cool. So yeah, these canyons can teach you a lot about current ecology, ancient history, geological record. It's just so cool. And it's right here, tangible on the side of the canyon walls. Alright. I keep on trekking. I'm back in familiar territory. I'll see you on the next clip. Yeah, here's that sign. Missed it. The first time I saw it, first time I was on it here, I saw it. Yep, Keller Canyon Trail. Says it on that side too. So this must be called Keller Canyon. Yep. Pretty cool. Pretty neat, actually. I'm wondering if some of those are Lycium andersoniis. Anderson's desert thorn. I wonder if that's what some of those are. So now there's one in this canyon that I saw. It's right along the trail, but it's a little bit up this way. I didn't see it on the way out here. Probably wasn't paying attention. If I see it, I'll point it out. But Keller Canyon, little Keller Creek. So got to explore parts of San Clemente Canyon. Got to explore the Rose Creek watershed, which is another canyon, by the way, that branches off from San Clemente Canyon. Rose Creek watershed, which is another canyon. Then I went and did Cobb Canyon, the little Cobb Trail up to Cobb Court, which is another side trail. And now I just did the Keller Canyon side trip. So three side canyons today, including the main San Clemente Canyon. So say I got around today. I very much enjoyed this. Alright, well, I'll keep on trudging along and we'll see if I find anything else. Wouldn't be surprised if I do. First, let's cross over the creek again. Keller Creek. Another feeder canyon to the Rose Canyon watershed. Alright, see you on the next clip. Again, if you wanted to head up to Gershwin Neighborhood Park, you would go up this really steep use trail, which actually right about there becomes a very brief scramble. It's mostly just a very steep single track use trail. But yeah, if you want to go up to Gershwin Neighborhood Park, go up, turn right at the junction, and follow the canyon rim trail back to the park. Interesting garbage can. Here's Keller Creek again. Wow, yeah, I love these little side adventures. Sometimes the side adventures are what make the main outing so out of sight. Yeah, those beautiful fan palms. I don't care if they're not native, they're just so cool to look at. Alright, along I go. And I'll have to keep an eye out, see if I can find the Anderson Desert Thorn. It'll be my second lithium species of the day. See if I find it again. Here we go. One last crossing of the creek before it becomes channelized. You can see the concrete channelization over here is where it starts. It's going to be channelized basically the rest of the way into San Clemente Canyon drainage. Yeah. Now I'm just catching the whiff of the fragrant black sage above me here on the bluff. Wow. Yeah, see, Keller Creek is all channelized now. All right. Yeah, we're not that far underneath Regents Road. It's just above this bluff here. Yeah, I always like this little. I like this little side canyon. Glad to come back here again. It's been almost 2 years actually. Doesn't feel like it's been that long, but yeah, it's been a while. There's a handsome toyon right there. Very handsome. Actually, might be two shrubs. Very handsome toyons. There's another little side ravine. Little side canyon right there. Little gully. Much smaller finger canyon. It's a finger canyon of a finger canyon. Yep. Those are the new buds on the coast live oaks. Opening up pretty soon. There's some new leaves on the coast live oaks. Alright. Enjoying the peaceful wandering along this nifty little trail. Yeah, it looks like there's a culvert coming from that way. So it must be another little feeder brook or something coming down from that. That's why these little side canyons are everywhere, is because they are eroded sections from the mesa. That's why there's so many of them. Little finger canyons. They erode from rainwater and a lot of times urban runoff that reaches the lip of the ridge or lip of the mesa and carves out its own little mini canyon. That's why we got a lot of finger canyons here in San Clemente Canyon too. Sometimes these little gullies are formed by rainwater and runoff breaching the lip of the mesa, carving out little mini canyons, feeding into larger canyons, sometimes feeding into a much larger canyon, like San Clemente Canyon, for that matter. This is a finger canyon right here, in fact. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting. Geography is very much interesting. I find it very interesting, and it makes my trips even more fun to do. Alright, should be back in the main San Clemente Canyon pretty soon. I gotta cross underneath Regents, and then on the other side will be where I'm parked. Alright, I think I missed that Anderson boxthorn that I saw the first time I was here. I think I saw some possible specimens over on the bluffs on the other side that look like they might be those. But, oh well. Here we are where the floodwater's kind of scoured out. You can tell these lemonade berries have been swept. Yeah, you can see the rainwater scoured this area out pretty fiercely. Alright. I'll see you back at the canyon bottom. Here's another one of those huisaches, or sweet acacias, Vaccalia farnesiana, still dormant right now. They do retain some of their older leaves. They do retain them, so they're semi-deciduous to mostly deciduous during the winter. They do occasionally retain a few leaves on them. So yeah, those are not native. They're sporadically naturalized here. I think there might be a Palo Verde. I think there's a Palo Verde on that side. I'm not sure. Looks like a Palo Verde right there. Parkinsonia species. I can't tell. Looks like one. But yeah. Here we go again. Vaccalia farnesiana, also known as Acacia farnesiana. Yeah, the genus Acacia has been broken up into different genera, including our native Senegalia gregii, the catclaw acacia, which is native mostly in our desert regions and desert draining canyons in Southern California. And I guess Vaccalia, V-A-C-H-E-L-L-I-A, is yet another split off from the larger genus Acacia. Here we are, back at San Clemente Canyon. There's a chamois ash right there, pretty nice size one. Fraxinus Udi, and some of these beautiful sycamores. So now what I need to do, cross the road, go under, and my car's parked over on that side on the east lot, or the west lot, I'm tripping, the west lot. So I'm in the east lot now, or entering the east lot. And I'll be heading into, across into the west lot. Looks like, I wonder if these are the same two of the same mallards I saw earlier. Oh, we got a male and female just wading in the water. That's so beautiful. Look at that. Handsome duck and his lady friend. His beautiful lady friend. Yeah. Yeah, mallards are very common here in Southern California. It's one of the most common ducks you'll see. I love the colorful green of the male's head, and then the mottled color of the female's plumage. So cool to see. Yeah. Beautiful birds. Yeah, let's give him some peace now. Give him some peace and quiet. Wow. Look at this lemonade berry that got ripped. This must have come from downstream. This is a lemonade berry that got ripped out by floodwaters. And I know it's from this year, because if it was from a previous year, it would have all been dried up and dead. So yeah, this is from one of our rains from this rainy season, which basically has been less than stellar, but I guess there've been a few stellar moments. Wow, that's crazy. So I'm crossing onto Regents Road right now. I'm going to be approaching the west lot, and my car is going to be about it's about halfway down the lot. It's amazing the power of water. What water can do. Water will rip through these canyons, carving them out even more and more as time goes on. There's a handsome little black sage right here. Just get a gentle rub of the leaf. Oh, now that they've leafed out for winter and spring, I get to enjoy that fragrance with barely touching it. Springtime is the best time to see sage, especially if it's rained the winter before. Alright. Okay. I am now entering the west parking lot, which is going to basically do it for my day. Sad as that is, it is time for me to head out, get back home, and start getting ready to start dealing with the footage I have. I got a little small backlog of videos now. Alright, well, this is going to do it for me. Hope you enjoyed coming along with me and do 3 finger canyons and the main San Clemente Canyon, the west end. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.